love for you, you feel what I'm saying? Hey, FOB stand over here. I'll be charged, you already know the vibes. Coming in. Ain't tryna sway
One. Mic check.
Mic check.
Mic check.
What's happening, y'all, man? It's your host, I just got it.
And your boy, Solo. Nice. Bless you.
Man, thank y'all for tuning in to another episode of the Got It Too Nice series, Xmas series. Go ahead.
Man, we have a special guest on today's podcast. We got Devin Duncan, founder of Goatees Apparel, founder of Goatees Fitness, man, TCO member. Ooh, you know about that. Man.
If you know, you know.
If you know, you know. If you don't,
You broke.
you're broke. I'm kidding, guys.
I'm not.
Man, how you doing today, bro?
I'm doing good. How about y'all?
Man, we doing good. We doing good.
Man.
Man, we was really excited for you to come. Man, we was talking last night. Man, we get to
Dog,
lock in with our boy Dev. You know, catch up with him because we haven't had that time to catch up.
Mm-hmm.
But
Yeah.
I know the viewers are ecstatic to see what you got in store, the wisdom, the nuggets, the knowledge that you got for them to take, to know how to run a business, but just to know more about you. So let's start. So, man, what made you want to start your business, and who did you find that inspiration from, or how do you maintain that inspiration?
When I first started my business, it wasn't like a specific fashion, drive behind it. It just was more so like another way to make, or a way to make money at the time, because I was like 14, 15. I knew I wanted to be an entrepreneur, but I didn't know like in what aspect I wanted to be. If I wanted to, what exactly I wanted to sell, but it just kind of fell into clothes with my passion for fashion and stuff like that. Now, as far as like the GOAT, I kind of got that from LeBron James at the time, because that's when like the slogan had like just came out.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's pretty much the inspiration behind that and how I got started.
Okay.
So, within, creating your business, what challenges did you face, within creating a business?
I feel like some of the challenges that I faced within the clothing, specifically, the first time was probably ordering too much. Like I ordered way too many shirts because at the time that I ordered it, nobody had ever seen it. Nobody knew I was starting a business. The first time I posted about the business, I already had everything ready to go. So I posted that with already hundreds of shirts that was ordered. So, and it took a couple years actually to get rid of those. So just being able to like know what you're getting into. And at the time, I didn't know what I was getting into.
How do you differentiate competitors in the market, and what do you do to separate yourself from them?
I feel like what differentiates Goatees from a lot of people is like the price, like being able to get it affordable, but still like have like a good quality to it. And that's one of the main things that I try to like stay focused on, especially knowing that most of my customers are like me, college students or the people that are young that can't afford like high-end fashion at the prices that it is. But I do want to bring like high-end fashion, having like a different stigma behind it, because a lot of the brands that like upcharge for the stuff, they have some of the same exact vendors. They got a name to them, so they can charge $300 for a t-shirt. But being able to like be affordable and know who you reaching to.
So building that brand is what you just said. So what is the slogan for your brand, or what does your brand stand for? Why should I wear Goatees Fitness? Why should I wear Goatees Apparel?
I feel like the main thing that we stand behind is promoting self-awareness. And I typically say that within every business pitch to like get them to understand like the purpose is to let people know that you can be confident and not cocky about it. Like you can know that you that without having to say it or boast about it. And I feel like that's how I want people to feel when they wearing my brand. Like I want people to feel confident, but still like, kind of like low key.
Yeah.
But it's still like you still stand out.
So when did it come to consensus with you that choosing choosing that as a slogan of your brand was the right idea?
I feel like it just was trying to find a purpose, and like you gotta have a way to connect with your audience. And I feel like just me being authentic is just how I get a lot of the direction from my brand. So that pretty much is how I got the slogan. It's just what I was feeling at the time. And I might change it. That's just stuff is gonna continue to change and evolve.
So to kind of change the scenery a little, for us personally, community plays a community and support plays a big factor in our success with our podcast. What role do you feel that support has played in your brand growing?
I feel like the support. Don't get me wrong. I've always kind of had support with my brand, but I feel like the support since I've been at college has like went to a different level that I didn't even know that it could go to. Just by like of me just knowing people, it's like, oh, you got a brand too. Then that'll turn into an order just because of somebody that I met at a game or something. So like being able to network with the people around you and like put yourself out there, like that's been a big advantage.
And I feel like support, it's a game of chess because sometimes you don't get your supporters until you have built a brand for yourself. And so you have to play your card. You have to play your cards right. You have to do the right move. You might be like, man, I don't want their support. They only wanted to get on the wave when we started trending. But okay, you can keep that in the back of your head. But in the forefront, hey,
That's money.
that's money. I know the game that they're playing. Why just not be a player of it? And so I feel like it's very important to know how to be what they call the chess master. Is that chess master? Or grandmaster at the game of chess of business.
So within that support in that community, what role do you feel that networking has played in building relationships with people? What role do you feel that has played in the growth of your business?
I feel like creating that foundation with anybody as far as like customers, brand ambassadors, like showing some type of stability and showing some type of unity. Like I try to make whoever I work with feel like we're putting just as much in together as whatever we're working on. So just making people feel equal.
So what do you look for in future collabs or partners that you want to do some business with in the future? What are some key things that you look for in deciding, man, I want to network with them. I want to do business with them. What does that look like for you?
I typically just reach out on social media, and I do have a couple of influencers that I'm working with right now, but I'm trying to wait until I put out the new stuff because a lot of the stuff that like people have right now is like it's old ideas. So although people may still like it, like to me it's like, okay, this was in the draft like 2019, 2020. Like I got new stuff that I'm ready to put out there. I think it's really gonna like change the whole perspective of the brand, and I'm excited to put that out and to also let some of the people who've been there since day one see like some of the people we're gonna be working with and like how much it has grown from there to now. So that's something I'm looking forward to.
That's good. So how much of a factor is believing in the gifts that God has blessed you with to go out and reach those audiences? What does that look like? How important you feel like that is?
I feel like it's extremely important. I feel like if God puts something on your mind or on your heart, like I feel like why not at least give it a try? Like if you fail at it, hey, just get up, try again, or if you don't want to try again, don't try again. But I feel like God wouldn't give you the vision if He didn't think that you could at least get somewhere with it. And that's like I try to most of the time just at least try something. If it don't work out, it just don't work out. But at least try. That's what I'm trying to like start looking more at life, like put myself out there more, like applying for different deals and stuff. Maybe I get it, maybe I won't. It's just like taking a chance.
Yeah.
Can you explain your brand story? You know, just from when you started it, and you know where is the direction is going in right now.
Well, I would say starting before I started, man, I always kind of been like in an entrepreneur background. Like my dad's an entrepreneur. Most of my family are entrepreneurs, and I didn't really pay attention to that until I started mines, and it started to all kind of like see that like this is the nature that I've been around. Like even my grandma, she would sell snacks in the neighborhood. Like she would still sell to her grandkids, and that showed me like a sense of like strictness. Like she was standing on business. Like you selling to your grandkids, and then that shows me like I don't have to give people deals just because I'm friends with them or I'm cool with them. I can if I choose to, but I don't have to. Like just being in that sense kind of like prepared me for the entrepreneurship world. So most people hear me starting business at like 14 or 15. I started when I was 15, but I kind of like started getting the idea when I was towards the end of me being 14. But like just being able to apply like that drive that I already had towards an industry that I knew nothing about. And like for me to like make it this far, like 5 years, that's crazy, like to say out loud, but it just been happening. Like eventually it's gonna be 10 years, hopefully.
Yeah.
It's just keep going. Wherever God want to take it, I'm gonna go. If he don't want me to have it next year and want me to go somewhere else, I'm just riding the journey on. Wherever it take me, I'm gonna just go.
So was Goatees Apparel your first
Business venture.
entrepreneurship stage of stepping on or walking on?
I wouldn't necessarily say that. Like I have my little hustles where I would sell snacks or whatever. Like just little stuff like that. Like I used to even try to make like little desserts and sell them, or like food stuff and sell it. I've always wanted to like make my own money. And I feel like even now, like when I have to work a job, it'd be kind of hard for me because I be like, I did all this work for an hour making $10, and I could have sold a do-rag in 5 minutes. Like stuff like that makes me want to put the energy that I put into a 9 to 5 into my brand. But working a 9 to 5 also shows me like, okay, some of the rules that they have, I could apply some of that to my business, like seeing how they run a business. And it also just shows you a different perspective of life. It puts you around people and just seeing like how they think and stuff like that, which is very important as far as like a clothing brand, because you want to put, especially with my designs, like I feel like my designs typically have like a lot of meaning to it, and like being able to like really connect with people is important, especially because you want to have a design people want to buy.
Right. So we're talking about brand a lot. Give me your definition of brand.
Brand, I feel like a brand is anything that you can stand behind. Like your brand could be yourself. Like right now, my main focus is building my personal brand. Of course, I want to continue to build a clothing brand, but my main focus is on building my personal brand and then letting my clothing fall within that. So that's pretty much my definition of brand. Anything that you can stand behind and go 100%, whatever that is.
What do you feel like is the brand that you're putting out that people are going around saying?
As far as goatees or
No, just personal and goatees.
my personal, I feel like people admire my business savviness, but I feel like people that know me also admire like how adaptable I am to like different situations, different people, different friend groups. Like I feel like I can pretty much do, I don't want to say anything, but like it's not a lot of stuff that I don't know how to do. And I feel like knowing where to use those advantages is a good strength, because like I might know how to do something better than somebody, but I'm not gonna necessarily just throw it out there. You know, I may wait for them to ask for help, because everybody don't take that as a helpful gesture, but just knowing when and where to.
Yeah.
use your strengths.
What lessons have you learned from your business that you just applied to life?
Um, that it's okay to fail. Like I learn stuff from failing. Like every time I feel like I take a L, whether I haven't like whether I don't get it at that time, like eventually God shows me like why this happened. Like I try to ask God, show me why this is happening. Or I try to look at it like why not me? Or what is this teaching me? Other than like what I used to be is why is this happening to me? Of all people, like especially with the brand, like you feel like you deserve it. I feel like everybody feel like they deserve success, but like sometimes it'll be like a drop that I know should have jumped, but it just didn't jump right now, and that's cool. It might jump in a couple months because the people around here may have seen it, but it's people in Atlanta that still haven't seen it. It can get in the hands of the right person and blow up. And I feel like that's just the mindset that's like good to have in situations like that.
I know we experienced that a lot. A video you worked so hard on, man, that thing was supposed to
Go viral.
Yeah, it was supposed to go viral, and it didn't. But it's success and failure at the same time. It's success and struggle in general. You figure out what you got to work on and improve on. And my next question is, what role do you feel that? What role does everyone feel that humbleness plays in just your brand?
I feel like being humble is one of the most key essentials to life. Like at any form of fame or success, like it can be taken away from you so fast. That's why I feel like it's so important to like promote humbleness. Like it was one point in Go Tees where that's really all I was putting out, like stuff based off of humble but goated, because that's what I was promoting. Because like a lot of people don't realize that you can like still be confident and not cocky or like put other people down. And I feel like that's just something that you gotta go by. Like you have to remain humble. Even God says to remain humble. Like,
what about you?
For me, humbleness is very important. It says in the Word of God, the meek shall inherit the earth. That's for a reason. Because when you allow yourself to be humble, opportunities open up. You're not closed off to new ideas, new knowledge, new wisdom that will help you grow in your purpose. And so when you're receptive of that, you can't be stopped. You can't.
Yeah.
And then you understand in the midst of your failure, if I knew that I put the full forth effort into doing this project, even if it doesn't get the return that I wanted it to have, I know I gave it my all because I remained humble and I wasn't prideful and saying, I don't need to put no effort towards this. People already like me. And now you're not getting the return that you wanted. Now you have a reason why you're not getting no ROI.
But I'll say for me, humbleness plays, the position of my life as a mattress. You got something to fall back on, and you have some kind of foundation that's soft for you to kind of go back to. So, in other words, if I sit up and put myself up so high above the ground, when I fall, I'm gonna hit it.
Yeah.
But if I'm standing up on a mattress and I fall, I got some cushion and I got some humbleness under me to where I didn't take my ego didn't take as big of a hit, what's that?
Do y'all feel like you can be too humble?
I feel like you can. Because people can definitely feel like they can, I wouldn't necessarily say run over you, but one up you in situations. Because it's some stuff that I know I can outdo certain people, or I just don't say it. But when you be too humble, you can be a little bit underestimated or undervalued. So that's why I say it's good to be humble but goated. You know, stand on something.
Yeah. So in that humbleness, do you feel like because you have the perception of I'm not where I want to be, that you can overwork yourself? So how do you find that work-life balance, especially being in college?
I typically, the only way that you can have a balance is to keep God first. But I still haven't found the perfect balance. I feel like that's something that you continuously work on because stuff is continuously changing. Like stuff that I may have needed to balance last month is not gonna be the same stuff that I need to balance this month. Like it's just it depends on where you are at life and just being able to navigate around stuff and be adaptable and not so easily affected negatively like when something has to be changed around or altered. So just being able to be adaptable.
What resources or sources have you used in building up your brand, or just starting your brand in general?
Some of my sources I've used, the main sources that I've used have been social media. Like, of course, the people that I know by word of mouth, but especially utilizing like TikTok, Instagram. Those are my top two things that I use. I try to post a certain amount of reels a week just so people can see your stuff. Because, like I said, it doesn't matter how many views you get. Somebody sees it. Them 20 views. You could be getting 100 sales and nobody would know it. Don't let the views fool you. Because I promise you, it's some stuff that I may not have a bunch of likes on, but I bet you it's sold out. Like, people get caught up in the likes and numbers of a lot of stuff instead of just putting it out. And I feel like that's where a lot of potential goes to waste, like kind of just overthinking the crowd.
Yeah. Can you talk about that a little within starting your business? I know you dealt with or people may deal with feeling that they need certain things to start their business. Talk about, the importance of just starting.
Well, yeah, I would stress that a lot because when I first started, it wasn't nothing that I just researched or had a lot of information to privy. It just was something that I just pretty much went out and did, and I sort of just let my mistakes show me like what not to do. Yeah. And although it was sometimes like, okay, some mistakes you can't undo, but I'm gonna still find a way to make something negative positive, which is I put all them mistakes into an ebook. Now I'm making money off of mistakes that I made. Yeah. So if I wouldn't have made them mistakes, I wouldn't have been able to put out that book. So just being able to like live in life for what it is and what is this teaching me rather than why is this happening to me.
Right, yeah. So the scenery environment of running a business is tough nose. What are some character traits that you feel that if you want to start a business, you at least need to build or work on those certain traits so that you can be ready and be a warrior for the battle that you will face when you do start a business?
I feel like starting a business, you need to 100% have passion. Like if it's not something you're passionate about, I can tell you gonna say forget it and you're just not gonna continue with it. But also being able to have like not necessarily have like a wall up all the time. Like 'cause people are gonna insert their opinion even when you're not asking for it. And just being able to accept that for what it is, because customers are how you make the money. So sometimes what they saying, it might be valid. Like what I think is gonna be hot, everybody might not think that's what's gonna be hot. Like everybody got different styles. So like just being able to be adaptable, be able to listen, and just be able to keep going and have faith in what you're doing. Like put some drive behind it and just to keep going. Because that's really the hardest thing as an entrepreneur. Like when sales get low and stuff, just want to give up and just say forget it.
And confidence, I feel like goes hand in hand with that, because I know in my field, which is meteorology, my teacher was saying you have to be, you kind of are like in a way arrogant because you feel like you're better at the job, that you can be in front of the TV given the weather. you feel like you have to have some type of confidence to say, I'm supposed to be in this position I'm in right now. Not, and I want people to understand, not shutting down your dreams, but everybody can't be an entrepreneur.
Yeah.
Everybody can't. You gotta have some people that work a 9 to 5. Yeah. But in that, don't think that because maybe I'm not an entrepreneur, I can build a brand or name for myself. You can work a 9 to 5, but hey, guess what? Yeah. You can move up the ladder, become manager, become supervisor, become CEO, because you have that mentality of, I'm a hustle, I'm gonna do this with humbleness, with urgency, and I'm gonna get to where I need to be.
You don't create the brand. You are the brand.
Right.
You might just so happen to express your brand through clothing, through music, etc. But
Are the brand.
you are the brand.
Like when people see me, they see goatee. Like the people that don't know me, they see me as the goatee dude.
Exactly, and that's with any title that you hold.
Yeah.
If I'm a firefighter, people gonna say
that's the firefighter.
That's the firefighter.
Yeah.
You create the brand. Right. I mean, you don't create the brand. The brand, you just. I know. Hey,
I get what you're trying to do.
Rock a little, but you know, we've talked about how to manage that business aspect within being in school. Talk about the mental toll that kind of takes on you. Talk about the mental health and how you manage your mental health while managing your business.
I feel like it can definitely get overwhelming as far as like time management. Like it could definitely drive you crazy if you did it, but you just gotta find a way to like make time for yourself within those windows. It don't have to be nothing major, like just buying yourself something that you've been wanting could be a form of self-care. Or just
I do that a lot.
You know what I'm saying? Getting your haircut, like it could be anything. Like just making time for yourself, because if you run dry, that whole business, everything under it gonna run dry. And being able to ask for help when you need it, because that's another thing. Like before I came here, I used to do pop-up shops like completely by myself. I wouldn't necessarily ask for help. I'll probably have somebody help me set up if they volunteer, but I've never just asked nobody for help. And then it's like now, most of my friends just volunteer to help. So just being able to utilize the people around you and pour into them while they pour into you.
Man, this is a versatile dude right here.
Y'all
shout that out.
Tap in with Goatees Fitness, Goatees Fitness COO. Sorry, tap in with him. Tap in with me, everything Visionary Dev, BSNAIREDEB. Goatees.com, GOATTEEZ.com.
So man, we hope you guys gained some knowledge from today's podcast with Visionary Dev that you can take as you pursue your ambitions, your goals. Maybe you start a business.
Man, we support you.
Man, make sure you like, comment, subscribe, stay 10 toes down, always up, never down. Oh, we out.